Over the last few years, a series of coordinated warnings from intelligence insiders like Luis Elizondo and John Ramirez has targeted a specific date for a global event, the year 2027. They consistently frame this as the final window for the government to disclose the truth of. While the media focuses on political transparency, the European Space Agency's swarm satellites have been tracking a different kind of deadline. 2027 represents a geophysical threshold where the Earth's magnetic stability reaches a critical breaking point. This shift directly impacts the Black Fleet, craft like the TR-3B and the solid-state Tic Tacs, which currently utilize the atmosphere's electrical properties to hide from public observation. This creates a direct correlation between the push for managed disclosure and the physical limits of the technology used to camouflage these vehicles. The mechanism for this camouflage is detailed in U.S. Patent 6527221B1, titled Plasma-Aerodynamics. It provides the unclassified framework for how these craft navigate the atmosphere without being detected. This schematic shows the craft wrapping its metallic hull in a highly ionized plasma sheath. Tuning this field's electron density absorbs incoming radar waves. This same envelope also bends ambient light, creating a coherence bubble that renders the 600-foot TR-3B visually invisible. The success of this illusion relies on the Earth's ionosphere. Under normal conditions, this layer of the atmosphere acts as a massive electromagnetic mirror, containing the charges necessary to maintain the craft's plasma sheath. While the cloaking technology is advanced, its ability to hide the fleet depends entirely on an atmospheric environment that is currently in a state of rapid decay. To find the source of this decay, we must look 1,800 miles underground into the chaotic fluid dynamics of the molten iron outer core. The ESA swarm satellites are currently tracking geomagnetic jerks, violent nonlinear accelerations in the magnetic field. These jerks cause torque ripples to surge through the mantle, signaling a shift in core rotation. As the core's fluid motion shifts, the planet's magnetic dipole loses strength at an accelerating rate. This weakening is concentrated in the South Atlantic anomaly, a massive rupture where the planet's protective magnetic shield physically sags into the upper atmosphere. The Earth's internal electromagnetic defense mechanism is cracking, leaving our atmosphere completely exposed to the extreme radiation of deep space. This internal instability is arriving just as we approach the peak of solar cycle 25. Astrophysicists predict the solar maximum will hit its absolute intensity precisely around the 2027 threshold. This image shows the external catalyst. Intense solar flares are bombarding our planet, pushing highly energized particles directly into our weakened magnetic field. As the solar wind impacts the atmosphere, total plasma density in the ionosphere begins dropping rapidly. This formula, the plasma frequency equation, shows the relationship between plasma density, Ne, and the ionosphere's reflectivity. When Ne falls, the atmospheric frequency collapses. The result is a phase transition. The atmosphere degrades from a reflective electromagnetic mirror into a thin, transparent membrane. As the ionosphere loses its electrical charge, the physical environment required to maintain the military's plasma camouflage is literally vanishing. 2027 marks the convergence point, the moment when the core's magnetic jerks and the peaking solar cycle perfectly overlap. In this new, transparent atmosphere, the physics secured under the military's plasma-aerodynamics patent fail to function. As the atmospheric charge density drops, the protective plasma bubbles surrounding these vehicles will fracture and dissolve. This forces the bare craft to become visible to the naked human eye on a global scale. The intelligence community is attempting to manage the disclosure process because they cannot reverse engineer a patent to stop the Earth's core from spinning. They are racing to control the narrative before the sky itself exposes the fleet. The geodynamo is physically stripping away the camouflage of the unacknowledged fleet. The Earth's natural cycles are exposing the machinery of the state.